Yo, Maria Kovalchuk was at a porta potty party in Dubai back in March, where basically you get like number 1 and number 2 sprayed all over your body, right? And then they left her for dead after the party. And Dubai is claiming that it was no one's at fault. And the case is already closed. So let's go over this article from the Mirror. So this article is from the Mirror, and it's dated for the 23rd of July, 2025, right? So it starts off by saying that porta potty party model recounts horrifying threat prior to being thrown off roof. Let me just go ahead and say this before we get any further. This is very explicit, and I just want to warn you, right? So if you're like a little weak of stomach, if you don't want to hear any bad stuff, I'm just warning you now. And this is a picture of Maria right now. She's a lovely woman. She's a kid, 20 years old, right? And these guys did some nasty, nasty things to her. So Maria Kovalchuk, she's an OF model, 20 years old. She traveled to Dubai early this year hoping to boost her modeling career before allegedly meeting with the wealthy children of Russian and Ukrainian business figures in March. Within hours, she was discovered roadside with devastating injuries, including a fractured spine and broken limbs after reportedly falling from a height. Now, these porta potty parties are by some really sick men who have a lot of money, and it's mainly in Dubai. And it happens all over the world, but mainly in Dubai. But basically, men will pay women thousands of dollars, right? And they will like put their bodily fluids onto them, not the fun kind, the nasty kind. And basically the women will just take it and then they get paid. So that's what Maria thought she was getting herself into, and that's not what happened. So Maria encountered a 19-year-old man living with his father in Dubai at a karaoke event at the 5 Jumeirah Village Hotel. This man offered for her to stay in his room and claimed that his father could fly her to Thailand on a private jet. Sounds enticing, right? So Maria agreed to accompany the guys, hoping that it might result in a flight to Thailand. She said that they started teasing me about why I wasn't drinking. If you're being forced to drink, you don't have to, right? And that's already a red flag. She goes on to say they started making some aggressive pushes, like pushing me in the shoulders. And then after that, they were making fun of me, like saying, "You belong to us. We will do whatever we want." Whoa, crazy. Maria said she tried to take it as a joke because it was really weird. They started behaving really inappropriately, smashing bottles on the floor. The entire floor was strewn with broken glass, and it was impossible to walk there. This already just sounds like one of the craziest articles I read all year. And honestly, I have like mixed feelings about Dubai. I've only flown through there. I know it's great for business, but I know there's a really, really dark underside. And I don't know, I'm worried about it. I personally don't want to be involved with anyone that does business, dirty business in Dubai, because I just don't want to be a part of that world, to be honest. She further explains that they started intimidating her more with the broken glass, right? Then they took her personal belongings, including her passports. And then one of the girls put on her things and just left in them, although she asked the woman not to do this. And that woman, whoever you are, shame on you, okay? Because you left Maria to be in a real crappy situation that could have taken her life, to be honest. The men's intentions became way more sinister. They hinted at wanting the dirty bird, and she did not reciprocate that, and the aggression was starting to heat up from that situation. Maria tried to escape, and she was dragged back into the room. What? So the way that Maria got out was like they went into the balcony, right? And then she escaped and hid at a nearby construction site. And then here we have a picture of Maria before, that tragic incident. And like, look, she's a lovely woman, 20 years old. And she did not, unfortunately, she didn't have to be a part of the situation, but she was lured by money, all right? And if I was a woman and I look like her, I can't say that I would do something different. I might be in that same sticky situation. So I'm praying that she has a real healthy recovery. But at the same time, women, if you're watching this, don't fly to Dubai just because a guy's going to offer you money, right? If you're an OF model, just stick to that. Just stick to your independence, right? Because you don't want to go and get excrement and other stuff on your body. It's nasty, all right? Also, you can't trust these guys. Like, to be honest, you really can't. You don't know. They're animals out there. They have endless amounts of money in Dubai, and like nothing pleases them but weird stuff. So don't be a part of their weird activities. So at that construction site, the men found her, and they're out of their minds, allegedly, according to her, and they started to beat her. They tore the skin off her scalp. They threw her off a ledge onto the road. She ran away. She says here, "I ran to the nearest building, just scared, and ran in. Hid there. It was an unfinished building." Maria's mother, Anna, who lives in Norway, revealed that the Dubai authorities cover the cost of her daughter's medical treatment. She said that she didn't know how much they paid. The sum was colossal. Millions. And now it seems that no charges will be filed against the men involved. The next day the case was closed. They were released, and the case was closed, according to Maria's mother. The Dubai police investigation indicated that Maria said she was running away from violence and then went to protect her honor, her dignity, decided to commit the S word, the other S word, where she does that. The mother alleged that the statement was falsified, asserting that Maria wasn't attempting to end her own life and clarifying that she was not under the influence. To finish off this article, medical tests also confirmed that she had no alcohol in her system. Okay, guys, let me go ahead and explain to you what that means, all right? The Dubai authorities tried to cover this all up, okay? And they're saying that the men aren't at fault, and they're blaming it completely on Maria. If you're a woman and you find yourself in this exact same situation in Dubai, that means you have no help at all right? The city, Dubai, the country, the UAE might cover your expenses, your medical bills, right? If you survive, that's what they're saying right here. What are you, dude? That alone should be like, if you're a woman by yourself traveling to Dubai, I would never do that. After reading this article, I'm not gonna go vacation in Dubai. Nope, no thanks. I don't wanna be in a country or a city that does things this clearly. And you know what? Okay, I'm sure some Emirati people might see this, most likely not, but at the same time, I'm not flying through Dubai. I don't wanna go to that country, right? Because I don't wanna go to a country that covers up something this dirty, this dangerous. You know, and if you guys are watching this, don't support this, all right? And if you're a woman, I can't stress enough, all right? If you're an OF model, whatever, if you're in that nightlife activity world, don't go to Dubai for money, all right? Just stick to Asia. It's way more safer. And these guys, obviously, if you find yourself in a bad situation, you're on your own when you're in Dubai. I can't stress that enough. Be safe, ladies. See you in the next video.